It's been an amazing 2 days, and actually 3 days. 3 days where we've had a lot of conversations. I'm looking forward to seeing the great women and men who are going to receive amazing awards tonight. Looking forward to hearing what they have done and their achievements. But before we go into that section, I want to invite Anne Mabenge. Would you please clap for her to come to the stage? Welcome, Anne. Welcome to this beautiful stage. We have to take the challenge that when we come up with ideas and strategies, we go out and do. Today, early in the day at the marketplace, you got to see and experience one program for women in future industries in construction. Did you? And you got to see an idea that came to life, that was birthed at the last year's Timeless Conference. There is another program, a leadership program, that was actually birthed out of last year's Timeless program. And in that program, there's 17 great women leaders, top CEOs, directors, and senior management in government and development that enrolled in this program. And these ladies have gone through 5 months, a 5-month leadership program that stretched their minds to think about their roles and responsibility in transforming Africa in the sense of your organization, your country, and your continent. They have had a mentorship program alongside them. There are other representatives of the program in the house. Can I see your hands? Can you stand up? That table over there. Let's celebrate them. Please come on stage. There's 17 in total. They'll be graduating in a week from now. But these 3 have come to represent that group. I'll give the microphone to Anne to speak a little bit.
For me, I would say it's one of those programs that makes you take the next step very fearlessly as you pursue, one of those journeys or dreams that make your soul on fire. I'm one of those people. So I think it's a great program for me. And I would advise each and every lady, if you have the opportunity, please enroll into it. And you will not even regret it. It counts for every penny. Thank you so much, Mekan. And it's a partnership between Timeless Women on Boards, Timeless Women Wanda Foundation, and the Women on Boards program. So, I'm a talk and talk. Over to you, Felicia.
Mekan, you're a wonderful lady who inspires a lot in us. And you've seen the fire in Yakan this week, and she's been lighting that in us for the last 5 months. I think we're not in the same place that we were, and she's opened our minds to the idea of taking it global, not just working locally. I think it's taking the small steps, doing the little things where you are, and improving and uplifting and upskilling yourself. So I'm grateful for the opportunity and for our mentors who've been really instrumental. And forming the networks, women building other women, that's been fantastic. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies. I am Judith Cindy Odhiambo, and I'm happy that I'm here this evening. And thanks to you also, Nyakan. We have been with her for the past 6 months as she took us through the journey on women on boards. And she has been able to guide us through the journey. And for me personally, I have seen myself grow and seen myself also taking very challenging assignments where I'm working. And I think that's the best thing out of this program, that you just don't sit complacent where you are, but you take up challenging assignments, take up projects that people wonder, are you really going to accomplish? And when you accomplish it, you really feel that, yes, this is something that I can be able to do. And so I just want to say thank you, Nyakan. Continue with that spirit. Continue to encourage more women, because this is a program that all women should actually enroll, because that is where you are able to think with a global picture in your head, a vision. Because most of the time we say we have very small vision and then we celebrate. But she pushes you to have a bigger vision so that you stretch your mind and use all your talent and expertise that you have to attain it. And I think that's the good part out of it. And also encouraging us that even as you fail, it is a journey. So you learn from it, pick up yourself and move on. I think that's the best thing out of the program. Thank you, Nyakan.
Thank Thank you so much, ladies. Would you give them a round of applause? The idea to put together a leadership program that's going to begin to develop transformational leadership was birthed one night when we culminated at the first Timeless Women's Conference a night like today. Because Timeless Women of Wonder was birthed. It was birthed at the dinner, gala dinner like this last year in February. And the delegates like you, and some of you who are here in the room, said we need to build transformational leadership into, as a program, we need to embed mentorship in it. And I'm really, really humbled. And I thank God for the power and the grace to be able to have done that program. Thank you so much, ladies. So we look forward to their graduation next week. And we put the photos up on our website. So without much ado, I know that you're eating and we've gone way into our program. I'd like to have this honor of introducing yet again on this stage a great woman of Africa. A really, really great woman of Africa. This lady has given her life to serve this continent. This lady is fearless. We saw her and listened to her this afternoon, and you haven't seen anything yet. This lady also leads an organization, Christian Aid, who have graciously sponsored this gala dinner. Can we give them a round of applause? At least there's like a clap there for somebody who's satisfied, Christian Aid has been instrumental since the onset of TWOW. When we came to Kibera with an idea, they actually believed in the idea and actually partnered with us. We want to thank Christian Aid and pray that we continue to have a longer term partnership in the future. And I just want to honor you, Karemi. Isn't she beautiful? I mean, she's beautiful outside and beautiful inside. And I celebrate you, Karemi. I'm honored and blessed to know you. And it's my absolute pleasure to invite you to take us through the rest of the program. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Thank you, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your meal. We've had a great time. The conversations. And one of the things that Timeless Women's Platform, Timeless Women's Conference, through that platform that it provides, is an opportunity for us to dialogue with each other, to encourage each other, to lift each other up, so that even where there are challenges, we can actually see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I hope that during the time that we have been here together, that you have made friends, that you have taken those business cards and that you will follow up, that we will build relationships, because as we have been saying throughout the conference, it's extremely important that we connect with each other. If we are taking this continent, this country, this region, to the next level, it's really important that we hold each other's hands and that we work together. And where one feels that they don't have the strength, that you have someone who is behind you and encouraging you and letting you know that it's all right, that we are going to make it together. And so it has been a real privilege as Christian Aid to partner with Timeless Women of Wonder through this conference and to sponsor this gala dinner. It is a real privilege to honor, as we will see in a few minutes, through the Timeless pillar. As Nyakan said to you on the first day, there are 7 pillars through which the Timeless Women's Foundation runs. I won't go through all of them, But just for you to know that what we are doing tonight is just one of those pillars. And that pillar is celebrating. We need to celebrate each other. We need to celebrate at any moment, any opportunity, including during this dinner event. And so without further ado, I'm going to invite Kent Libisu, who is the chief judge. Kent on the first day complains that his introduction was very short. So today I said I'll try and do him a bit of justice. So he is an international management consultant. He's a strategy consultant for Nokia company. Probably what he hasn't said is that he is an investor in startups and really believes in the enterprise, building enterprise, certainly for women, for youth. He's currently the chair of the Economic Development Committee of the National Council of Chambers and Commerce and, sorry, let me say that again, of the National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And he has been previously the chairman of ICEC. Kent, it's our privilege to welcome you now on board here to the stage, and let us know where we go next. We're looking forward to celebrating those winners that you will let us know about. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we've come to the highlights of our event. And for us as judges, this has been a great privilege and honor. We have really felt extremely challenged by the great work that the women of our continent, our mothers, our sisters are doing. So, if we look at the process this year, it was an online nomination. So we got nominations from all across Africa. And like last year, we had people from as far as Ghana, Senegal, South Africa, Malawi, Zimbabwe, being nominated for various awards. So we started with the first stage, which was the selection from the nominees who were online nominees. We came to the second stage, which was to find the finalists. And finally, we ended up with 3 whom we are going to unveil today. And from the 3, we will get 1 winner in each category. Now, the criteria that was crucial for us in determining who makes it to the final was the impact. So, ladies, we are sure that a lot and many of the nominees have done great work, but we only try to assess how many other lives are touched by what they are doing. So whoever you will see here does not mean that the others are not doing great work. It's just that these ones are very far scalable and multipliable impact in what they are doing. Now, we would therefore like to go step by step in unveiling the 12 categories of the winners. And the first category is community empowerment.
In the category of community development, the nominees are Christine McLeish Gishimu, Fundraising and Communication Officer at Vision Africa, Tekla Larube, the founder of Tekla Larube Fund. Innovate Social Data who works for the Sustainable Health Initiative in Rwanda.
So for those who did here, we have Chrissy Gishimo from Kenya. We have Tekla Loruge from Kenya. And Julian Ingabire from Rwanda.
In this story is Julian Ingabire, an innovative passionate woman who developed affordable maxi sanitary pads using the nanofiber to make the core of the pad. A big round of applause for her.
So the winner is Julian Ingabire, and the Rwandan embassy has been contacted on her behalf, and they will collect the award for her. The next category is economic empowerment.
In the economic empowerment category, the nominees are Divine Dulukula, the founder of the first female-owned security company, Secfico, in Zimbabwe.
So the sound doesn't seem to be working. The first nominee was Divine Trukula, who is running a $13 million security company in Zimbabwe, which she founded herself. And the second nominee was...
And the second nominee is Magata Wade from Senegal, the CEO of the TWOW Beverages. And the third nominee is Antoinette Masio Sayer, Director of the African Department of the International Monetary Fund
in Liberia.
And the winner in this category is Antoinette Masio Sayer, the Director of the African Department of the International Monetary Fund. She is the Minister of Finance in the post-conflict Liberia, and she helped in ensuring that Liberia was no longer in debt. Let's give a big round of applause for her.
Very powerful statement indeed. The third category is education. And here,
in the education category, the nominees are Angelique Kido, the UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, Anne Cotton, founder of Comfort, an education initiative that has ensured that over 5,000 young women and girls graduate and will mentor others in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Ghana, Tanzania, and Malawi. And the winner in this category is Anne Cotton, founder of Comfort, UK. Let's clap for her.
so now the Economic Empowerment Award, which has been won by Antoinette Monsieur Sayev from Liberia. This award will be received on her behalf by Her Excellency Senator Jewel Taylor. Economic award will be received here on behalf of Antoinette. Your Excellency, you may want to say one word about what that has meant for Liberia to get out of debt.
Good evening to everyone. Our country, Liberia, came out of the crisis with more than $5 billion in debt. And it took one woman, Antoinette Saye, as our Minister of Finance, to work out all of the details and get us out of debt. This is the story of a woman stepping up in a space where she understood and bringing major impact to our country. And so I'm privileged and honored this evening to accept an award on her behalf. Thank you very much, TWOW.
Award will be presented by Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Mombasa. Okay, the next award is the one which has just been announced for education, which is to be received on her behalf by Nyakan, the founder of Timeless, because education is the key. Madam, Your Excellency, Madam Taylor, I understand there is more award again. In addition, there is another award which you would like to receive on behalf of Madam Sayer. Okay, the next award category is environment.
In the environment category, the nominees are Bethlehem Tilahun, the owner of Soul Rebel, Barbara Banda, Country Director, Barbara Banda from Malawi, Country Director, Environment Africa, and Dr. Rose Mukankomeje from Rwanda, Director General of the Rwanda Environmental Management Authority. And the winner in that category is Dr. Rose Mukankomeje, a woman who is dedicated towards the elimination of the use of plastics in Rwanda and has dedicated her life towards the planting and the restoration of forests in Rwanda. Let's applaud her.
This award for Dr. Rose Mukankomeje will once again be received by Nyakan. Please receive on behalf of Dr. Rose Mukankomeje for her work in cleaning up the environment in Rwanda.
And Lady Justice Mombi Ngogi, Judge of the High Court of Kenya and co-founder of the Albinism Foundation for East Africa, Kenya. And the winner in that category is, can we guess? And the winner is Lady Justice Mombi Ngogi.
Is honored and she will not be able to come. So Karimi will receive the award on her behalf. Okay, the next category, which is very important for Africa, is the category of health. And in this category, as judges, we were looking at the impact of the nominees in terms of extension of health services to a multitude of vulnerable groups within the society.
In the health category, the nominees are Dr. Kizi Shako, Senior Forensic Medical Officer at Kenya Police and University of Nairobi, Dr. Amritpal Kalsi, a forensic odontologist, and we have Caroline Nyambura Nanga, a cancer victoress and the founder of Home Sister Initiative Kenya. And the winner in this category is Caroline Nyambura Nanga, founder of Health Sister Initiative. Let's clap for her, she comes. Can we celebrate this wonderful woman? Can we celebrate her? Let's clap for her.
Caroline, you can't just walk away, you have to say something.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. How are you? I'm so honored to be the Timeless Woman of Rwanda 2016. I did not see this coming, but generally what I do, I am a cervical cancer survivor. And what I do is I encourage women like you. I'll take this opportunity to encourage you to go for routine screening, because that saved my life. If it had not been caught early, I would not be standing here. As you go back to your homes, please take just make it a routine to go for a pap smear. It's not scary. I know I've been talking to women here and they're telling me they're scared. Don't be scared. It saves lives. And then let's go back to our rural areas and tell our women who do not have access to information. God bless you.
The next category we're going to deal with is the category of media, the media category.
In the media category, the nominees are, we have Uche Pedro, founder and managing director of GALLA Nigeria, Kali Bono, founder and CEO of GALLA Media and GALLA Luxury Ventures, South Africa. And we have Rachel Jerry Ranana, CEO, Film Village of Kenya. This lady is incredible. She's trained over 500 youth in film production. She's training an army to take over the African narrative and to tell it to the African. Let's give her a round of applause as she comes.
Yeah.
about what is the Film Village of Kenya.
Okay, I'm really surprised. I thank God for this. And Film Village of Kenya is an upcoming film city in Kiambu County. It's a 40 billion shillings project. It's going to be built on 300 acres piece of land. And this is to offer filming services for our filmmakers. And in the first step towards achieving this dream, we've started with the youth. Empowering the youth, they don't pay anything. We train them for 5 months, and our youths are working all over the mainstream media. And we thank God for this. The project is coming to all the counties in Kenya. Currently, we've done 5 counties, and we've also done this in Tanzania. Thank you very much.
The next award links in very well with what we witnessed today, the wonderful innovation that African women have done, which have created jobs and improved communities. So the next category is the innovation category.
In the innovation category, we have Alan, who invented a very slick style. Let's clap for him. Okay, the real innovators. I'm not saying anything about your innovation, Alan. Larissa Bowen Bogo, founder, Levering Hills, GALLA. Rajni Patel, managing director of Solar Kiosk, a social enterprise that sells solar-powered units in kiosks in out-country areas. And finally, we have Dr. Eleni Zaldi Gebe Mabin, an Ethiopian economist and a former chief executive officer of the Ethiopia Commodity Exchange.
And the winner is
Dr. Eleni Zaldi Gebe Mabin. Let's clap for her.
And this award will be received on her behalf by Farai. So Farai has agreed that she'll fly to Addis Ababa and deliver it to her personally. The next award combines the best virtues in an African woman, and this is to honor them with the award of philanthropy. Those, we know that all our mothers are very philanthropic, but the following 3 women have really stood out in the way they have been selfless in serving their communities.
In the philanthropy category, the nominees are Melanie Musanga Rituka, Managing Director, Suleki Company Limited. And just so you know, in 2003 she was Miss Tourism. Doesn't beauty come in waves, doesn't it? And the second nominee is Amina Doherty, activist and founder coordinator of Figure Nigeria. And finally we have Kristen Tamili, founder and pastor, Shekinah Glory Ministry.
Show me the way, show me every possibility. Others download, the others no opportunity. Show me the way, how to live on the GALLA today. Show me the way, how to live faith, how to live faith. A warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
I can, when we were doing the judging, we were extremely amazed by what Christine has done. It is even more than what many NGOs, large NGOs have done in this country. Just as an example, she has 300 orphans that she takes care of in Turkana, and 1,200 orphans she takes care of in Trans Nzoia, another 110 in Kakamega, and all these are between the ages of 3 to 16. She has 11 abandoned children, 220 high schoolers, and 47 college going, whom she pays fees for. She also does relief work distributing food in Turkana and Pokot counties. She also distributes sanitary towel to high school girls in Trans Nzoia County. Christine and her husband, who is also a pastor, are bishops of 75 churches in Kenya, 2 in Rwanda, 2 in Burundi, 3 in Sudan. I don't know how she manages all this. Isn't she a woman of wonder? Pastor or Bishop Christine, please just tell us, how do you manage all this?
Thank you so much. I don't know what to say, but I'm just blessed tonight to be here and to be celebrated. And as I was called to come up, I felt like I wish the people who have helped me do this work would be here to be celebrated too. I have not done this work alone. I know every promotion, everything good goes to the captain, but it's the people, it's the soldiers that are on duty. And I really appreciate the people of Shekinah Glory, our pastors. I appreciate my children, my husband who have let me go. I'm always on the road, I'm always on the plane, I'm always just traveling, and I thank God for my kids who have just set us free. And I appreciate all our pastors and all our social workers. We have more than 30 social workers we've employed just to help us. So I don't do all this alone. And I thank God that even the kids who have left, who have been our orphans and now they are above 25, who are working there, they come back to us and they help us, and they are really helping us a lot, especially with the high school. And so I really thank God for that. And I'm also a teacher, maybe that's why I managed. I'm a maths physics teacher, and maybe that's why I managed. And as he said, I'm a pastor, and I'm also a politician. I write for Women in 2017. Thank you so much.
Now, this category, it's the only exception. We honor women, but once in a while we also honor men. So this category is for men who are building bridges.
And the nominees in this category are Irungu Hilton, Associate Director, Society for International Development in Kenya. Pastor Mbegi Simon, Pastor and Executive Director of Transform Kenya Initiative in Kenya. And finally, we have Daniel Manduku, Executive Director and CEO of National Construction Authority in Kenya. And the winner in this category is, does anyone want to guess? Yeah, Simon Mbegi. Who else? No. And others.
judging, one of the things we looked at is that Daniel Manduku has taken upon himself a very important role of challenging the traditions in a very conservative industry, which is construction, and opening up and giving support for women to become contractors. And more than that, they are rolling out a program where women can also get the NCAA certifications for construction. And we think that that is a very commendable, and we need other industries to follow suit, and it is on that basis that Daniel Manduku received this award. Now we come to an award which for us as judges was very touching to our hearts while going through the citations and the nominations. African women endure a lot. They are very resilient. In the face of adversity, they excel. And so when you hear some of the challenges which on top of all the other challenges that society gives to African women, you can only but be touched, and you can also see that a lot needs to be done to support and to improve the plight of African women. So the next category is that one of endurance.
In the endurance and resilience category, we have the following nominees: Reverend Paul Gikambi, a minister in the Presbyterian Church of West Africa.
Reverend Gikambi is somewhere here. There is Reverend Gikambi.
Let's clap for her. We have Dr. Bamiraj Gebra from Ethiopia, the founder of KMG. KMG means Women Standing Together. And finally, we have Pastor Terry Gobanga, pastor, counselor at Schools to Youth Ministries in Kenya. And the winner in this category is every woman who is defied the awards, of course. But because we only have 3 nominees, the winner is Pastor Terry Gobanga.
It's my absolute honor. Honestly, I did not know who's going to win this award, and when I have had the privilege of being in different platforms with this great woman, and you will say a little bit about your life. But yes, it's a worthy honor.
So, Pastor, you are almost my height. You are taller than me. We honor you and would wish you to say something about your journey to where you are today.
Wow. This is totally unaware. Thank you so much. And all glory goes back to God. So in very few minutes, amen. The journey has not been easy. Raped on my wedding day, stabbed on my wedding day, and God shows up. I get married, and in 29 days, I lose my husband. And God continues to show His mercy and His love upon my life. The most important lesson I learned is just to forgive, and God has graciously blessed me today with another husband. When I was stabbed, they told me I would not be able to have children, but today we are blessed with 2 beautiful children. It's all about the grace of God, and keep on keeping on. I say this, crawl if you have to, but you cannot dare stop where you are at, because destiny is beckoning.
And what she missed out is she didn't get married on that day. She's in her third marriage. The husband who died was a second husband. Who died in 29 days after their wedding. So you're looking at, sort of like fate, just on your case, but overcoming it and getting a reason to leave. I mean, it's really commendable. I honor you.
Pastor Terry has written 2 books, very, very powerful and inspiring books, and she has a few copies of her books. We honor you, Pastor.
Can we clap for her again?
Lifetime Achievement Award. So this award is the highest honor, which is the Lifetime Award, Achievement Award, and each of you has a chance in a lifetime to be honored if you continue doing good. So Garebe will receive on behalf of distinguished Professor Miriam Were, and you will ensure that she receives the award.
So now it's time to celebrate a great woman of Africa. Can some of you guess who that woman could be? If you have to think of one woman in this continent who has made a perfect impact all through, who would it be? It would be you. I like that. That's where we're going. It will be me. Thank you, Emmanuel. So I want to honor a very great woman of Africa, a woman who has dedicated her life to liberating Africa, a woman who kept a movement going for 27 years while her husband was in jail. A woman who gives the current regime at that time that was championing apartheid a really hard time. And because of her, and many others like her, South Africa became free. And the women's movement got fire. Winnie Madikizela Mandela. Winnie Madikizela Mandela was going to be here tonight, but she lost a very close relative over the weekend. And is actually, dealing with the funeral arrangements. But to receive the award on her behalf, it's my humble honor to invite Her Excellency Jewel Taylor to come and receive her award. So let us in absentia, and represented here by Her Excellency Jewel Taylor, receive and give the award to Honorable Mama Africa, Winnie Mandela.
I now want to ask the ushers to give out blue boxes on each table, and the rules of the game is do not open those boxes. Can you follow the rules? Can you follow the rules? Alright. Can the usher distribute those blue boxes on the table, on the various tables? Can everybody hold a candle that's on your table? I want to see everybody with their candles. I'd love to invite Her Excellency Hazel Katana on the stage. Karemi Kinoti, please come on stage. No. Everybody with them. Can I have the candles for the ladies here? Bring a candle for me. Please don't open the blue boxes, okay? Do not open the boxes, please. I'd like to honor the three women on stage here with a very, very special award, because in themselves is timelessness. If I looked into the lives of each of these women, if they were to die today, there is something about them that will be left behind. Their lives so far have counted for something. And it's about others. So Honorable Senator Dorothy, it's my honor to honor you at Timeless Women of Wonder. Hazel, Your Excellency, it's my honor to honor you a Timeless Woman of Wonder. Karemi Kinoti, it's my honor to honor you a Timeless Woman of Wonder. Now what I'm doing next is important. A lot of people in the world, but most especially Africa, seem to think that if you help somebody else, they're going to get ahead of you. You seem to think that if you share your knowledge and ideas, they will get better than you. People seem to think that if I help you to get up, I will get down. And tonight, that is one stereotype thinking we're about to bust. Jackie on my left here has lit my candle. Can you all see my candle? It's lighting, isn't it? Has her candle gone off? Has it stopped burning any brighter? And that's what we have to go out and do. Light other people's candles. Yours will not go off. And I'm going to light their candles. Because that's what we need to go out and do. And as I light and they pick from my light, they pick something that they need. Out of my experience, my knowledge, what I was doing with. Because the skills I have are not for me. Does the doctor treat themselves? They treat others. So what I want us to do now is the three beautiful ladies, these global leaders of Africa, great women of Africa, will go and light one candle in each table. And when your candle has been lit, light the rest. And right now I hope you see the lights are off. Let's see what it's going to look like when all the candles are lit. The lights are off. accept your and if your money goes on, you don't let it again. They're coming to let you frustrated brother, see how it's right to light his own candle somebody way. See now your sister, she's been broken down too. Still holds the candle without a flame. Confuse the tone, hold out your candle, around to see it. This is what we need to carry with us tonight. Now I want you all to open your blue boxes and don't let your light go out yet. You can now open your blue boxes. Those blue boxes, like that when I do, love that when I keep it in. Like wash and I got blue boxes. Let's get blue boxes. Blue boxes. Wonderful. It's in my world that I'm gonna put somewhere in my house. Yeah? And when people visit me, they see congratulations, timeless goals and that. Yeah. So, we are setting our and a culture of celebrating each other. You know, in Africa, people have worked so hard to be celebrated. And it's not a big name or doing a big thing that makes you a woman of wonder. It's doing the best with what you have where you are that makes you a woman of wonder. So with that award that you have received tonight, this is a challenge to you to use your life and all the skills and talents you have to make a difference. Are we understanding? Go out and make a difference. Let your life count for something. Do wonders from wherever you are. The ladies on the stage, this is just for the next level. Go and do more. Do wonders. Because your life is already counting for something. I honor all of you. And I pray that as you light the world, that your next level will be a level of another brighter light. I honor and celebrate you. Thank you. I honor you. I now want to have this honor of inviting Her Excellency Jewel Taylor to come and give a few remarks before we close off tonight. Habari, Zuri. You see, I've been here 3 days. If I stay 3 months, yeah, great. I will get to do. Your Excellencies, our mothers in the house, the greatest woman of wonder, Lanka, and my colleagues on the stage, to all of the timeless women of wonder, in your sphere, wherever you are, We could not have ended 3 days on a better note. For truly, all it takes is a light, a small one, and you can share and bring light to your world. It's been an honor and a great privilege for me to have spent 3 of the most beautiful days in my life here with you. I shall never forget this first visit. I know I'll come again and again and again. But my wish as we close tonight is that each of you will take that step. To those who are afraid, just step out. To those who are taking some steps already, go higher. To those who are just thinking about what to do, just pray. The answer is within you. To all of you who have been awarded this evening, we congratulate you. But I wanted to say a very special thank you to Alan and all of you who've put together this beautiful program. Can we give them a hand, please? I can say on behalf of Bianca that you are the wind beneath her wing. And without you, she wouldn't be able to fly as high as she has. So congratulations to all of you, including the musicians. As we take our seats, our prayer is that God will make this an African wonder, and that will light fires across the length and breadth of our motherland, taking it to the level where it should be. For God didn't make a mistake. He gave us everything we need beneath our feet, in our hands, and in our minds. Let's go out there and make this the continent of the future that it is. Taking that step, bringing your expertise and your love and your commitment as the soul of our continent. God bless you. Thank you so very much. Yanga, I salute you. And now, before we close, I want to invite to the stage. Wait. Okay, before we close, I want to invite, I know there's one more thing that needs to be done, but before we do that, I want to invite the Timeless Women of Wonder team behind the scenes. Alan, would you take the stage? Corazon, Alan, Reggie, Sylvia, Zippy, Jackie, Winnie, Benjamin. Would you all come on stage? Esther, see the special one. Ken, if your names. And you have to come on the stage. Hello? I'll call Esther. Esther, Tony. Esther, Tony, Salome.